Sunday the 13th of March. Now, what's unique about this event, guys, is this is a sales pitch free event, okay? This is a totally jam-packed, content-filled weekend where we want to stand with you and show you loads and loads of systems and strategies to really get you guys started, really help you create a long-term sustainable business online using what I truly believe, guys, is one of the most powerful traffic generators in the world right now, which is, of course, Facebook. So I am so excited about this event, and if you don't mind, I'll just spend the next few minutes telling you exactly why. Now, there's a lot of people on this call now, guys. We've got a few hundred actually on the call, which is amazing, and I can see a lot of names of people that know me, which is wonderful. So I'm going to guess that most of the people on this call here do know who I am. But for those of you who maybe haven't yet come across me so much so far, and maybe thinking, actually no, who is Jo Barnes? Let me just very quickly tell you a little bit about my journey. I started internet marketing in March last year, 2010. And funnily enough, the very first internet marketing seminar I went to on March the 6th last year, I met the very wonderful Mr. Chris Farrell. From March through till about August last year, I spent hours and hours and hours on his membership site learning how to build web pages and understand the basics of FTP and HTML and all of those things that I know that all of you guys who are currently going through the 21 Days to Success and all the rest of it will completely empathize with me. Hours and hours of tears and head in hands and wanting to throw the computer out the window and all of that sort of stuff. Yeah? Yep, you're all with me, aren't you? Yeah, I'm seeing some yeses, baby. So anyway, so I dabbled and dabbled really from about March through till August. And I had a couple of squeeze pages up, and I was doing a bit of forum marketing, and I was doing some video marketing, and I was doing some article marketing, and I was starting to get a little bit overwhelmed with SEO. Anybody on here got overwhelmed with SEO? I know I did, really overwhelmed with keywords and what should I be doing and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, really, Chris Farrell once again came to my rescue. Because what he did, excuse me guys, I've got my, you can probably hear my Skype go there, let me just quit my Skype. Rules to a webinar, always turn your Skype off before you start. Yeah, Chris Farrell basically came to my rescue. Again, you can almost envisage him, can't you, in a cape, swooping down and scooping me up and taking me over to and dropping me in a Facebook net and saying, Jo Barnes, you should be over here in Facebook. Yeah, no, basically he ran a webinar at the beginning of August all about Facebook, a 2-day webinar all about Facebook. And to be honest with you, at the time I didn't like Facebook at all. I was too busy for Facebook. I didn't have time to tell people what I had for breakfast the day before. And I would say to people, you know, I haven't got time to be on Facebook. I'm trying to run a business. Anyway, over the course of the webinar, I realized that, you know, actually there was something to this, and maybe I ought to be actually looking into this a little bit. Maybe, you know, this should be a direction that I should be going in. Especially as a lot of you will know me, I do like to have a little chat, don't I? I do like to sort of have a banter with people and get involved. And Facebook being a social network, I thought, oh, this could tick a few of my boxes. So sure enough, I started investigating Facebook, and to cut a long story short, basically I started my first fan page on August the 18th, 2010. I had 600 people at the time on my Aweber list that I'd built from March through till August with my squeeze pages and my sort of dabbling. So between August the 18th and today, I've now got just under 10,000 people on my Aweber list. My fan page has got 9,200 fans or something on it, I believe, last time I looked. And I'm now earning 3 figures a day online every single day of the week. And my first product which I sold a few hundred copies at $27 and a few hundred copies at $47, but I've now sold just under 1,000 copies of my very first product, 2,000 fans in 27 days. So basically, and not only that, guys, it's the exposure. So many of you on this call now know who I am. As you know, I've done some webinars with some people. I got asked to speak in New Zealand in November. So it's just been an incredible ride, really, since August when I started this, all through focusing on Facebook. That's what I've done. I literally stopped everything else I was doing. I just completely stopped all my other stuff and my dabbling and the rest of it and focused solely on Facebook. So Facebook is incredibly powerful. Now, what I want to just tell you, because I just think this is so important, is that I am not an internet marketing guru who has earned a gazillion dollars in 2 hours. You know, I am a few steps ahead probably of most people on this call. All I have done is focus on Facebook, use the power of Facebook to really start to move forward with my business. So what I want to do, the reason I put this event together, is because I want to share that with you guys. I want to be able to spend some time really going through all the steps that I have taken to get where I've got today, because there is nothing, absolutely nothing I have done that you cannot do. Okay, it's absolutely as simple as that. There is no deep, dark secret to this. There is nothing I've done that you guys can't do. So that's why this is what the greatest Facebook show on earth is all about. It's literally working with you guys, you know, on a live basis, going through over 2 days exactly how you can put into practice everything that I have done over the last few months to really catapult your business. Now, you know, how honored and amazed am I? I'm just absolutely over the moon that this event is actually, that I'm co-hosting this event with somebody else who also only started using Facebook themselves middle of last year, yeah, and is experiencing the massive power of Facebook in their business as well. So I'm just about to introduce this amazing person as well to you, but before I do, let me just tell you guys that I'm in Melbourne. And Chris is over in LA, and there is a very slight delay between us, okay? So what we're going to do to ensure that we don't talk over each other is every time we finish talking, we're going to kind of hand over with a Joe or a Chris. So if you hear us doing that and it sounds a bit odd, that's why we're doing it, to make sure that we're very clear and that we don't talk over each other. So guys, without further ado, please do let me introduce to you my mentor and the mentor of many of you guys as well, the fantastic Mr. Chris Farrell.
What an introduction. I'm terrified that I can't live up to it now, and it's all going to be a letdown from now on. Joe very kindly did explain about this delay issue we're having. So rather than Joe and I kind of talking backwards and forwards and talking over one another and having a gap, can I just say, Joe, thank you for that very gracious introduction, and may I just copy what you just did, and let's just quickly can I just ask if you can hear me okay? If you could type in the little question window on the right-hand side of your computer monitor. If you haven't found this, you may have to click the little plus symbol to expand it. And let's just see. Gosh, look at this. It's so busy. And I often say how I just love how we can do things like this. Isn't it incredible how we can all connect like this around the world and build these relationships? And it's just tremendous. We've never seen this in business in our life. And I feel so blessed that we're all interested in this subject matter. I know many, and I feel very, again, blessed is the only word. I know many probably think, well, Chris, you're doing very, very well at the moment. But I still count myself as a relative newcomer. I genuinely do. I'm not saying that to try and endear myself at all. I really started just in 2008. It's kind of like dog years in the internet business. You know, 3 years in the internet business is like 20 years in any other industry. Things move that quickly. Anyhow, it's a real honor to be here. Now, Facebook. Boy, let's talk for a second about this phenomena that is Facebook. Can I just throw at you some jaw-dropping, incredible facts? It's expected, get this okay, you ready for this? It's expected that next year, 2012, Facebook will get their 1 billionth member. 1 billionth. What's the population of the planet? Is it 6 billion? this guy, Mark Zuckerberg, who most of us hadn't even heard of a year ago, is managing to fuse together the entire planet. I mean, just think about this for a second. This is the gold rush from years ago happening again. Are we going to sit back and just watch this happen, or are we going to think, okay, there's something in this? Robert Kiyosaki, if any of you are interested or have read Robert Kiyosaki's writing, he talks about the way to be successful is to be smart and position yourself in front of a trend. Now, the word trend, I think, sometimes implies that it's going to disappear. But what he means is standing in front of something that people years later will think, oh, I wish I got in front of that, like the property boom in the 80s. It's exactly the same now with internet marketing, social media. Facebook has now replaced Google as the #1 most trafficked site. 700 billion minutes worth of time is spent on Facebook every month. It's just incredible. Now, all these figures, I know, they sound kind of a bit grand, don't they, when they're thrown out there. But how can this help you? How can this help me? How can this help all of us? Well, the simple, cold truth of the matter is that more people are going to make more money online over the next few years harnessing the power of Facebook than we have ever seen before. This is just a mathematical fact. And in our short time together right now on this webinar for about the next 20 minutes or so, Joe and I want to explain and share with you how you can be one of them. I know it's easy to feel that you've been left behind. It's easy to think that. We all think that at times. But you are so wrong. Facebook is still on the starting blocks. It turns 7 only this week. It's still in its embryonic stage. Joe started last year. I personally started using Facebook about 7 or 8 months ago. That's it, not even a year. Already, it's my #1 traffic source. I've never paid for any traffic using Facebook. You may have seen a video that I released just a few days ago proving, I logged into my Google Analytics account, and that proves where your traffic comes from. I just wanted to prove that Facebook really is my #1 traffic source. At the moment, Facebook is getting me 11,000 targeted visitors to whichever website I want to send them to a month. 11,000 visitors a month. I mean, would that make a difference to your web business? We all know that the lifeblood of a web business is traffic. And Facebook can send you huge amounts of targeted traffic. But like anything, you need to spend a few days, weeks, learning some new skills first. I often talk about all these skills that we need to learn are learnable. I actually learnt that myself from Brian Tracy, but they are. So there's no need for us to be afraid of this new phenomenon that is Facebook. Instead, we just need to embrace it, and if we're serious about creating an online income, then we just need to spend a little bit of time sitting down, focusing, understanding, educating ourselves, and implementing these skills. Social media, of which Facebook is a part of, is transforming my business. Now, that brings me on to the greatest Facebook show on earth. That's why Joe has come up with this idea. This is going to be a content-filled 2-day event live in London. No sales pitch. If you've been to seminars before, you probably know a lot of them take on a similar format where there will be a speaker who'll talk and then he'll sell something. Then another speaker comes on, then they sell something. This is just going to be 2 days of pure content where Joe and I are literally going to take you by the hand, and we're going to explain how Facebook really works. I mean, how does it actually work? The personal profile, your fan page, what's the difference? And don't worry if you don't know any of this, we're going to break it down. And more importantly, we're going to make sure that you come away understanding this beast. There is more to Facebook than checking on pictures of ex-girlfriends and ex-boyfriends and tagging them in photos. There's nothing wrong with that. It is, as Joe said, called a social network for a reason, but we're using it as a marketing tool. And as marketers and as people that want to make money online, we're coming at it from a slightly different angle. But there are little things that we need to therefore learn. How to find popular markets on Facebook, how to generate traffic, how to build relationships. It's pretty much impossible in a webinar to go through these specifics, which is why this live event is going to take place. And I'm absolutely thrilled to be flying to London just for this event. It's going to be very intimate. There's a limited number of places. This is not something that's we're saying to give false scarcity. There really is, I think 150 is the very most that we have room for. So what I'm going to do, and And also, let me just quickly mention, I'm really excited, and if we've met before, hopefully you might know this about me. I'm really excited just to be there with you for 2 or 3 days and roll up my sleeves, and we're just going to do this together. It's just going to be fun. I'm still learning Facebook things every day, and I implement them and I see the results. I cannot wait to share them with you. It's just going to be fun and educational, and you're going to enjoy it, and myself and Joe will be there in London, 12th, 13th. Already I'm seeing some questions about what if we can't make it to London. Don't worry, we'll address that in a moment. What I'm going to do now, though, is I'm going to hand back to you, Joe. And Joe, maybe you could, and we won't take up much of your time, over the next 15 minutes or so, and we'll flip-flop between me and Joe. Let's just break down exactly what you can expect when you come to the greatest Facebook show on earth. So, Joe, from Los Angeles, let me head back to Melbourne, Australia, and maybe you can talk us through sort of an itinerary, if you like, for the 2 days itself.
Yep, absolutely. Thanks, Chris. God, you know, 1 millionth, isn't that, does that not just blow your mind? I mean, gosh, really, you know, it just takes my breath away, really, when I think about it. Okay, so just talking through the weekend. What we're going to be covering, guys, across the weekend is we're going to be trying to pack quite a lot into the weekend. So you need to be coming with your learning head on, because there's going to be a lot of learning over this weekend. And we really are going to be taking you through, sort of on the Saturday morning, we're going to be going through some more of the basics, okay? And I really want to touch on, a lot of people have been online for a long time. Some people perhaps have been, like I was, dabbling for even longer and not quite sort of figuring out why they're not yet making money or why they're not moving forward. And so on the Saturday morning, it's going to be really talking about you and how, where your focus is, and sort of seeing this as a business and looking at Facebook as a tool, and sort of covering more of the basics and all about your page and fan pages, and as Chris just said, your profile versus your page, and getting you to a point where you can kind of see exactly what Facebook is and how it works, okay? Then on the Saturday afternoon we move into the traffic phase. And I think what I want to point out to you guys here, that this is not just about, you know, it's not just about come along and we're going to teach you how to do Facebook ads. We are really going to be teaching you the importance of engagement, of building relationships, of uploading, you know, compelling content, how to use all the different functions on Facebook. There are so many ways that you can utilize different applications on Facebook and different ways of getting your message out there and trying to create viral activity on your page. So we're going to be taking you through over 30-odd tried and tested Facebook traffic strategies that to really drive customers to your page. And that, you know, the whole engagement and relationship building and all of that side, certainly through my journey in Facebook so far, I've done, as a lot of you know, I've done an awful lot of courses myself in order to come out and teach you guys, and there's a huge gap in a lot of the courses about that whole relationship building, positioning yourself as an expert, and all of that kind of stuff. And I really want to go through that with you guys, and particularly there are some people out there who perhaps aren't so comfortable in front of a video, and there are so many different ways that you can position yourself as an expert and utilize Facebook without necessarily having to go in front of a camera if you don't want to. So, you know, there's all these different things that we really want to go through with you. We'll also be going through webinars. Chris is going to share with us all of his tips on how to utilize webinars, and also how to partner them with Facebook. The power of Facebook and webinars is absolutely amazing. And then I mean, a lot of the weekend is going to be around the whole sort of Facebook strategies and driving traffic, because that's sort of the lifeblood of your business, really, driving traffic, going through how to build your list, build your customer database, maintain and create relationships with your customers, and how you can stand out from the crowd so that your customers really do, you know, learn to trust you and have faith in what in what you're sending them, and how you're creating relationships with them. Okay, Then on the Sunday, we'll be doing a little bit more traffic, but we're also going to be talking through creating some products, using Facebook to showcase products, compelling offers, what makes compelling offers, you know, how to be sort of a super affiliate, how to do reviews on products and things like that. All of this while using Facebook to showcase everything you're doing. And then we're also going to be showing you how to sell things, how to sell from Facebook, how to sell products, and all that kind of stuff. We're going to be looking at games and promotions to engage your fans. We're going to be looking at the Facebook SEO, how to get your post to the top of Newsfeed. Do not worry if you're not sure what I'm talking about right now, because all of that's going to be explained in the weekend. But you know what, guys? We are going to be going through this. We have got kind of like a full itinerary to really take us through the whole weekend, and we want to get you, our objective really is to get you from one point to another, so that when you leave on the Sunday evening, you go away, with a complete knowledge of what Facebook really is about and the best way to use it, how to really use it to its full potential. B, with some real systems, some real usable systems that you can start implementing immediately, and that will start to have a dramatic effect on your business immediately. So no matter how long you've been doing this, it is absolutely our objective that when you walk away from this weekend, you're going to walk away with a kind of a new mindset, a fresh mindset on really how you can go ahead and build your business. Okay? Now, on top of that sort of whole content thing, I think even more importantly is just what Chris said there about rolling his sleeves up. It's about the fact that Chris and I are just going to be spending a weekend with you guys, and we are there, right there with you, to answer your questions, to help you with where you're stuck, to show you different ways that you can move forward, to talk to you about what might be holding you back right now. You know, all those different things, all those different questions, all those concerns, all the different things that are going through your mind. This is an opportunity for 2 full days for you to basically have us at your mercy, where we will just you know, be there to answer your questions, and to do, you know, to work with you to help you with your business. Please remember, this whole weekend is about you. It's not about us, it's all about you. We can't wait to meet you, and both Chris and I, one of the most wonderful things is we really do share the same values, and there is no greater pleasure for either of us than to have people that say, oh my goodness, you know, you've changed my life, you know, I've been able to now do this, I was stuck before, now I can do it, this is amazing, I feel fantastic, I'm moving forward, there's no greater pleasure than that. So I know exactly, you know, we're doing this event because we just really, really want to be able to collectively impart our knowledge with you guys and really help you move forward in your businesses. And also, I think you guys will know us by now, there will be some surprises over the weekend, and we've got some gifts and things like that that we'll be giving away, and it's going to be on top of all the information and the talking and the hard work, because it's going to be very hard work. It's going to be an awful lot of fun. Okay, we really are going to have some fun over the weekend. It's going to be very interactive, and the whole idea is to laugh a lot over the weekend, have a really good time, because business should be about having fun. This business should be about having fun and just having a really great weekend. Chris, that's kind of my take on the weekend. Do you just want to add to that?
Thank you, Joe. Yes, I'd just like to add one thing very quickly, and the thing that I love about Facebook is the thing that at first put me off Facebook. I think we can all relate to what Joe said earlier about when we first heard about Facebook. We thought, oh, it's for kids, you know. I haven't got a Facebook account, and we almost kind of prided ourselves, at least I did, by saying I don't have a Facebook account. I've totally done a 180 on that. As I say, it's my #1 traffic source and targeted traffic. And the reason I've really totally changed is because any successful business, forget even an internet business, but any successful business, and if you have an offline business, you'll know this for yourself. I'm not telling you anything new here, but any successful business is based on relationships. Nobody likes to be sold to, do they? None of us do. But we all like to buy. And we only buy from people or companies that we like, that we trust, that we feel we have an affinity to. And the great thing about Facebook is it allows us to build these relationships effortlessly with people and in razor sharp, laser quick time as well. And then we can market to these people in an ethical manner and an ethical way. This opportunity, this shop window to the world from our spare bedroom, from our kitchen table has never existed before. Also, what I'm super excited about is when you come away from this event, you will come away with actual things that you can implement immediately. When I was learning this business, I would go to many of these talks and many training sessions, and a lot of them were just filled with fluff. A lot of them were filled with pretty words, but they weren't really filled with anything that was actionable. And I came away kind of thinking, yeah, you know, it sounded nice, but I still don't really know what I can literally do right now. Well, there's going to be none of that rubbish at this event at all. You will firstly understand how to generate traffic. I keep coming back to skills being learnable. Generating traffic is a skill, and every skill is learnable. You can learn how to generate traffic, and we're going to show you exactly how you can generate a ton of targeted traffic for free using free traffic techniques on Facebook. There's also things we haven't talked about now, and I won't go into detail now, things like the share facility within Facebook, the promote facility, using something called badges, tagging, something called social plugins that are hugely powerful. All these things that just appear overwhelming when we first hear them. We're going to break them down. We're going to explain exactly what they are, and I think you are going to amaze yourself when you see the opportunities. I've taught so many people now that are beginning to use social media skills, and they're seeing more traffic to their website, the bottom line, more money for their business. And again, it just comes down to spending a little bit of time investing in yourself to learn these skills, which is exactly what I did, exactly what Joe's done, exactly what many others I know have done, and that's why the greatest Facebook show on earth exists. It's the first time we've done this, and we're excited to share with you actual things that work now in 2011, not something from an ebook that somebody wrote in 2004, and they don't even really understand Facebook. They're just sort of saying, yes, use Facebook. I've actually conducted a lot of talks recently, and people on stage say, use Facebook to generate traffic. Then off stage, I actually pull them aside, and I say, actually, how do you do it? I'm interested, because I really study Facebook a lot. And they say, well, you know, you just use Facebook. And I'm like, well, no, don't you just use Facebook me. I want to know exactly. Tell me, how do you actually get 11,000 visitors a month? Literally, how do you do it? Don't, you know, just say just use Facebook. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to actually make sure you understand what we're doing, and then we're going to go and do it. So I hope we're not sounding like we're trying to sell this to you. Well, I'm really not. You probably know Joe and I kind of struggle with this. We're just excited to share with you information that works. It's totally transformed my life. Not just financially, but that as well. It's been one of the best things I've ever done creating a web business. I know the same for Joe. I mean, look at Joe. She's in Australia now, traveling around Australia. She's coming to London, of course, for this event. She's then going to come over to America for 6 months, and we're going to work together a bit over here. She can do this all through internet marketing. And this is really what we want to share with you. So, Joe, let's kind of just jump in, and then we should probably finish, because we don't want to take up everyone's time too much. Joe, you've actually got details about if people want to come along and how much it actually costs to come to the event. And I think you'll be amazed at how cheap this is, because we're not doing this actually to make any profit. We're doing this just to kind of hire a nice venue for 2 days and pay costs. So, Joe, let me hand back to you, and you can go through the logistics. If anyone on this webinar would actually like to come along, what can they actually do?
Yep, absolutely. I'll take them through that right now. I just want to just answer a couple of questions I saw on the questions there, guys. You will need your laptops for this weekend. Now, if you don't have a laptop or you can't bring it, please don't worry, because you know, there's so much learning going on, and you'll be able to take copious notes and all the rest of it. But if you have got a laptop, that would be fantastic if you could bring that along, because we would love to do some live stuff online over the weekend. The other thing that I do get a lot of questions on that I just really quickly want to touch on, many people have asked me, Joe, how do you actually make money using Facebook? How do you actually make money online using Facebook? Well, you know what? I'm going to take you through exactly what I've done over the last few months, step by step over this weekend. I really am. There are many different ways to make money using Facebook. You could become a social media consultant and teach other people how to use Facebook, maybe offline businesses and that sort of stuff. You can sell your own product using Facebook. You could do affiliate marketing through Facebook. You can do things called CPA. You know, you can do lead sales. There are a whole different ways that you can make money using Facebook. But over the weekend, what I really want to do is take people step by step through how I've done it, because it wasn't rocket science and I didn't need to sell a $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 product in order to start generating a decent income. So, you know, those are the sort of things I really want to take you guys through. Somebody asked whether I would be singing over the weekend, you know, quite possibly. Why not? Hey, you know, I said it's going to be a fun and interactive weekend.
No.
So let's get the mics out. maybe we could even get Chris to do a Dr. Glitz moment. Who knows?
Maybe.
Yeah. And also, of course, don't forget, guys, that the weekend will also be a fabulous networking opportunity. So you're going to be talking to a lot of other people who are just right in the same boat as you are. Some people will be slightly behind you, some people will be slightly in front of you, and you will be able to spend the entire weekend talking, mixing, chatting, learning, and discussing all the different things with all of these people. And the idea is that you will walk away from this weekend with some maybe mastermind groups between you, some potential JV partners, you know, and some new friendships. So, you know, it's not like, again, like Chris just said, I don't want to sound like I'm selling. I'm just so excited about it. I just think it's going to be such a great weekend, and I really want as many people as possible to come and share in with this. Okay, so let me tell you exactly how much it's going to cost. There are two price points. Okay, and the first price point, if you go to the first price point, is £197 for the weekend. Okay, so for the full weekend, it's £197. If you just refresh that page, Chris, that's it. If you go to the greatestfacebookshowonearth.com, that's where you can see a little video from me just saying hello and we'd love you to come along, and the details of the event and the payment buttons at the bottom. So it's £197 for the weekend, and that's the first price point. Okay, and then there is a second price point, which is basically a VIP ticket. Now, let me just tell you a little bit about the VIP ticket. Okay, basically the VIP ticket is all about an extra training day, really. That's the main part of it. If you pay £497 for the VIP ticket, basically what will happen is we're looking for people for that particular one who are maybe slightly advanced, who are really ready to sort of move to the next level, who want some sort of one-on-one training. And we're going to be doing an extra training day on the Monday with those people, plus you'll be coming out to dinner with myself and Chris on the Sunday night, where we'll be giving some real one-to-one coaching on your business and talking to you through sort of the next few months, exactly what you're going to be doing, and all the rest of it. Yeah. And lots of other sort of little bits and pieces for the VIP, some more surprises, and obviously some more networking opportunities and all the rest of it. Okay, so that is £497. And again, guys, you know, we've got to cover the cost of the hotels and everything extra on the Monday as well. So that's why you sort of got the extra cost and everything on there. So look, with either price point, you know, you're going to get spoiled over this weekend. It's going to be a fantastic weekend. We cannot wait to see you guys there. So if you want to head over to thegreatestfacebookshowonearth.com and just secure your seats We are, this is not scarcity, we are booking, we have booked a hotel room with 150 seats, and we are hoping that we're going to sell that out fairly quickly. Chris is not in the UK very much at the moment, so he's flying over especially for this event, so do make sure you go over there and secure your seat as soon as you possibly can. I think that's probably it, Chris. Do you want to add anything else to that?
I think that's all, just that we're really looking forward to this. As you said, this isn't something we put together to kind of think, right, let's make some money here. We really haven't. I know it's always awkward talking about money. This has come about because there's just such a great amount of information that is powerful for everyone who wants to know it, and we implement this in our business, and it's just transforming our life. Forgive me for how dramatic that sounds. And we just really, I think, Joe, I'm speaking for you here as well, we've just kind of got a little bit sick and tired of events where you go to them, and I've spoken at lots of these events, where you go and all you really receive is a pitch for a product, which, let's be honest about it, most of the time is very, very lame. So we're kind of trying to change things around here. So there is a little bit of an investment. You're investing in yourself, like in any business, but I know for a fact the knowledge that you'll come away with if you implement it will grow your business without a shadow of a doubt, because I've taught this to many people, and Joe's seen great results herself, and I am, and many people I know. And that's it, really. I'm just excited to share this with you. Also, I would just like to say that some may know the name Ian Bass, who's becoming very well known online. Ian Bass is going to be coming along as well, and he's going to be sort of helping out behind the scenes and maybe doing a few little bits and pieces as well. You may know Ian Bass, a great marketer online, super nice chap as well. I have to say that 'cause he's sitting next to me as I talk to you now. And you can hear him laughing. So Ian will be here. One other question I'd like to quickly address. We really will be teaching how to use free traffic generating techniques using Facebook. We will touch on paid advertising, because you can pay for adverts if you want, but the 11,000 visitors that I get every month now, and remember I started 7 months ago knowing nothing about Facebook, literally nothing. I didn't understand what a wall was or a newsfeed or how this worked. I just thought, okay, I need to learn this, and I immersed myself, and actually I paid some people for some training just like we're offering here, and I learned and I understood and I implemented and I tested, but I knew nothing. And the 11,000 visitors that I currently get every month is all from free traffic. That's exactly what Joe and I will be teaching. So I think that's kind of it, Joe, really, isn't it? We did want to try and stick to the half hour. We're nudging 40 minutes here. Let me
Can I
hand
just
back to
answer
Joe.
a couple of questions that have come through from people just about the events, so that they've, sorry Chris, I talked over you then, as I said I wouldn't do, I promised. Just to let you guys know that the venue is in central London, okay? So once you have booked your ticket, then we will give you full details of exactly where it's going to be, but the venue is in central London, and the £197 is for the event only, okay? So you will need to sort your accommodation. And regards the VIP, I've had a couple of questions about the VIP tickets. Just to let you guys know, we will only be accepting 20 people, maximum of 20 people. So yes, you can upgrade at the weekend if you want to, but if we have sold out by then unfortunately you will not be able to, okay? Because the whole point of the VIP is that it's, you know, it's a very small group, so we can do lots of one-on-one training. So on the Monday, we'll be doing very much one-on-one training with people in their businesses, going through you know, other sort of traffic generation techniques as well, and money-making techniques. Okay, so that's what the VIP ticket is all about. All right. If you have any questions, any more questions, then do please go over to my support line, and I will help you out with those. I'll just put that into this questions log here, and it is joebarnesonline.com/support. Okay, so if you have any further questions, do go over to the support line, and I can help you with those questions and resolve those, and we can sort you out with that. And I think that is it. thank you guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to come along and listen to this webinar. I know I am very, very excited about this event. I'm very excited that Chris is coming over to host it with me. I think it's going to be a fantastic weekend. So thank you to those who have already booked. There's a few people in the questions thing that are saying, yep, we're up, we're going, we're doing it. So thank you very much. Chris, thank you very much for your time today. Thank you for coming along and talking about the event with me.
Joe, it's a pleasure, and I think the most amazing thing of all is that you've managed to finish a webinar within the hour. So congratulations, Joe. That's fantastic news, and we're all delighted to be here to witness this monumental event. So, I have to say,
that's an absolute first.
Tell me about it. We're all saying it. Normally they're like, Joe's webinars are like, okay, and now as we move into the second millennium, I'd like to talk to you about... So I'm really looking forward to actually working with Joe, because Joe is just great, tremendous fun. And, you know, she walks the walk just like I do, and she does this day in, day out. This isn't something that we're regurgitating that we think might work or we've heard somebody say works. This is what we do day in, day out, and we see the results. And she's just, you know, great heart, good person, and I can't wait to work with her. And if you are thinking of coming, it's just going to be fun, and you will come away with knowledge, and knowledge is power. And then if you implement it, well, then we're in a different conversation, because you will see results in your business. So, Joe, I will let you go, and thank you everyone for your time.
Chris?
Yes, Joe?
Chris, can you just appease the US audience?
Ah, yes, very good point. I thought we might forget. I know we're getting a few questions about, hang on, this is London. London, London, London. The plan is, because this is the first time that we've ever done this, you know, this is new for us as well. We're still learning. So we are going to do this event in London in about 5 weeks' time. And if it goes well, we hope it does, of course, then we're looking at Los Angeles, we're looking at New York, we're looking at Atlanta for American venues. So more on that after this first one. I mean, I think we all know what's going to happen. After one event working with Jo Barnes, I think I'm never going to work with her again. You know, she never stops talking. So, so yes, I will be letting you know about America dates very soon. Hopefully, very soon after. Well, not hopefully. I will very soon after the London event is over. So my apologies if London isn't in your time zone. Joe, I know we have this delay issue, so I'll say goodbye now. Thank you everyone so much for your time, giving up your half an hour. I'll hand you back to Joe, who will wrap up this webinar. This is Chris Farrell, excited to hopefully see you and meet you 12th, 13th of March in London. And Joe, thank you for inviting me, and let me hand you back to the wonderful Jo Barnes. Joe, back to you.
Okay, guys. Yeah, I just want to wrap up and say thank you very much for coming tonight. It's been fantastic to speak to you all, and yeah, I've had lots of questions about whether it's going to be recorded and replayed, and yes, we have recorded this, and the replay will be available a bit later on. So that's it, guys. I'm going to sign off. I'm not going to keep waffling on like I always do at the end of webinars. So thank you very much for coming, and I hope to meet an awful lot of you in London in March. Take care. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.